Happy New Year, you guys. It is January 1st, 2025, and today I'm going to share with you my goals, both personally and professionally, for 2025. I'm also going to share how I did on my 2024 goals. It wasn't as good as I would have liked to have done, but I think I did okay. And also, I'm going to share with you how I used ChatGPT to create a vision for 2025 that I love so much. Let's get into it. If you are new to my channel, my name is Lydia Kyle, and I do my best to share real life from my little corner of the world. And today, like I said, it's January 1st, 2025, and I'm going to share with you my goals for the new year, how I did on my goals last year, and also how I used ChatGPT to help me get a vision for 2025. I have broken this down into a lot of different sections, so if you would like to skip around based on what you're interested in, go to the description of this episode and you're going to find time codes that will tell you exactly where I'm talking about what, and you can skip around however you see fit. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I create content that I feel is relatable and authentic in all different areas of life, and I assure there is something that you will enjoy. Okay, so I keep my, I don't know if you want to call them New Year's resolutions or goals, in my notes app on my phone. And I have it set up to where it's a checklist. So I can check in intermittently throughout the year, and I can just check off what I've accomplished and what I haven't accomplished. And it gives me a really good visual. I try to make sure that I have goals for each new year that are attainable, but also some that maybe feel like a little bit of a stretch. And I won't lie, sometimes it surprises me which ones I accomplish and which ones I don't. So first and foremost, I'm going to tell you guys how I did on my 2024 goals. 2024 was, it was a strange year for us. It was a strange year financially. It was a strange year emotionally. We were just kind of in this really weird limbo as a family. And it wasn't a bad year, but it was one of those years where I felt like I couldn't really grow to the scale that I wanted to grow just because there were so many limiting factors that were pressing in on our family. That said, we accomplished a lot as a family. One thing that I'm doing differently in 2025 when it comes to creating my goals, I made sure to add more personal and family goals, not goals that my kids need to be able to read 100 sight words by the end of the year. Not things like that, but more based on overall wellness. And I didn't do that in 2024. So my 2024 goals are really professional and financial. I really kept it to professional and financial. And I think that speaks a lot to where my headspace was going into 2024. And I'm wondering if you guys notice a change. So when we go into my 2025 goals, let me know what changes you see, because I know what I think I see, but I love to have an unbiased opinion as well. So for 2024, I'm going to read all of my goals, and then I'm going to tell you which ones I accomplished and which ones I didn't accomplish. So my goals were, and like I said, they're very professional, very financial oriented. 2,000 newsletter subscribers, 400,000 TikTok followers, 1,000 podcast subscribers, and I wanted to monetize my podcast, which is called Along the Way with Lydia Kyle. It's in the description of the episode if you want to check it out. I wanted to have 50 new consulting clients because I do social media consulting. I wanted to launch a social media course. I wanted to have a $5,000 single collaboration, so earn $5,000 from a one-time collaboration. I wanted to attend the National Finals Rodeo for work. I wanted to max out both mine and my husband's IRAs. My husband and I go on a vacation, appear on 5 podcasts that were not my own. I wanted to go on a solo vacation. I wanted to pay my taxes quarterly. And I wanted to put $1,000 each into each of our children's education funds. I wanted 100,000 Instagram followers, and I wanted to go on family vacation. So based on that, now I'm going to tell you how I did on my 2024 goals. So based off of everything that I just told you was a goal of mine for 2024. The things that I accomplished were this. We did go on family vacation. I did get 100,000 Instagram followers. That was the thing that surprised me the most, and it happened way faster than I thought it did. Remember when I said like there were things that I surprised myself when I accomplished it, and there were other things I was surprised that I didn't accomplish it? Getting 100,000 Instagram followers was something that felt like very unattainable to me at the beginning of the year, and it amazed me how quickly I accomplished that. We actually put more than this. We put well over $1,000 into each of the kids' education funds, which was a huge thing. I did pay my taxes quarterly, and that helped tremendously because technically I'm self-employed, which means I pay self-employment tax. And if you don't pay quarterly, not only do you have to write a huge check during tax season, you're also going to be penalized for not paying quarterly. So that was something I learned the hard way, but I did much better at this year. So I was really glad that I accomplished that. I did go on a solo vacation. It was not, typically I try to do a solo vacation where it's literally just me. Like I just go be by myself wherever in the world I decide to go be by myself. I've done Sedona, I've done Punta Cana, like I've gone places and I've just been by myself. This year I did not go by myself, but I went on a book club retreat, which was great, and I went solo as far as my family or my husband did not come with me. So I did in some ways accomplish the solo vacation. It just didn't look the same way it always looked. I did appear on 5 different podcasts. And I marked out that Kenneth and I went on a vacation together. That's not totally true. We just planned a vacation because we're going to Spain in March of 2025 this year. So like 2 months from now, we're going to be going to Spain, and that's going to be a really big trip for us. And so I marked that we went on vacation together, but we did not actually go on vacation together. We just planned the vacation together. So I'm giving myself like half a point for that. Not that we're keeping score, but didn't actually go on vacation, but we did plan a really good one. So the things that I didn't accomplish, 2,000 newsletter subscribers. I got really close. I got really close to this one, but not close enough to mark it off. The one that really surprised me was that I did not achieve 400,000 TikTok followers. I really thought that that was going to be the easiest one on there because growth on TikTok is so much like a tsunami where you can get 20,000 followers off of one viral video. I actually had a really good year as far as views, as far as monetization, as far as brand collaborations. I just didn't hit that 400,000. I'm sitting at 375, so it's not like I missed it by a ton, and I definitely saw some significant growth. I was just super shocked that I didn't hit that because that one to me felt like it was a no-brainer. 1,000 podcast subscribers. I am well over 500, but I'm not quite to 1,000 yet. And I have not monetized the podcast in the way that I thought I would. I did have a sponsor for the 3rd season of Along the Way. And so I did monetize in that sense. I just didn't monetize in the way that I thought. I thought that I would monetize in like an advertising way, like through Spotify or through Apple Podcasts, and those platforms would be paying me. That didn't happen, but I did technically monetize because I had the sponsor. 50 new consulting clients. I think I got pretty close to this. I honestly don't know if I will continue consulting in 2025. It's something that's not really bringing me a lot of fulfillment. And I'm becoming a little bit frustrated with the whole everybody wanting to be a content creator. Not that everybody can't be a content creator, but I think that because so many people are selling like these courses and you know, kind of these MLM type scams for content creation, it just feels very played out. And I don't feel like I'm getting as many quality clients as I used to. I used to have some really quality clients that were already established content creators or people who really truly had a direction and a vision. And those people are so great to work with because it feels like I'm really pouring knowledge into them and then they're taking that knowledge and going with it. It it hasn't felt that way. I feel like the people who are reaching out to me are just telling me that like, I need to make money. Tell me how I make money like you do. And that just doesn't feel as fulfilling anymore. So I don't know if I'll continue consulting in 2025. And I did not add consulting as a goal for 2025, but we'll talk about those in a little bit. Launch a social media course. Dead serious, I don't know why this is on the list. I do not know why I put this on the list. I don't know what I was thinking. I have absolutely no desire to create a social media course. I don't know if I felt like this was something that I should do or I was supposed to do. I am so out of touch with this goal currently, a year later. I don't know what I was thinking. Not a clue. Okay, $5,000 single collaboration. I got close. I got close to this one, but I did not have a brand that paid me a $5,000 flat rate for a collaboration. That's not to say I didn't have some phenomenal collaborations. I had some amazing collaborations. My family was more than well taken care of from those collaborations, but I did not have a single collaboration pay out $5,000. I did not attend the National Finals Rodeo for work. Again, this is one of those goals that I feel very out of touch with. It was something that felt important at the beginning of last year. By the time we got to December, it felt incredibly unimportant. And again, this is not something that I added to my list. That may be something that's niche. Some of you might be like, why is that even on your list? That's a very, very big event within the Western equine and rodeo niches, which is where I started with social media. And so it felt like one of those things, like maybe I just needed to have that feather in my cap. I needed to check that off the list. But again, looking back, I feel very out of touch with that goal. Maxing out our IRAs. Like I said, this year was very strange for us, both financially, socially. It was a weird year for us. We got close, but we did not max out those IRAs. We got as close as we could without putting ourselves in a compromising situation financially, but I have full belief that this year we will be able to do it, and I'm doing more planning to make sure that that happens so that we don't get to a situation where at the end of the year I'm having to put in a lump sum that feels uncomfortable. I'm doing more planning this year to make sure that things are happening in increments, just like I did with the taxes this year, to make sure that I'm not putting myself in a position where I have to be uncomfortable. It's just coming out over time. And that's what I did with the kids' education funds, and that's why we surpassed that goal significantly. I just didn't do that in time with the IRAs, and we got close, but we didn't hit it. So that's how 2024 went. I would say I didn't check off as many things as I felt like I would have checked off, but at the same time, I'm very happy with the things that I did check off. And if I look back over the last year, my growth, both personally and professionally, was phenomenal. And I'm going to call that a win. Regardless of what I put down on this list, I'm happy with where I landed at the end of 2024, and I'm happy with how I'm rolling in to 2025. So let's talk about 2025. Before I tell you what my goals for 2025 are and how those are broken down into more diverse categories this year, like I said, 2024, I feel like I was just so single-minded on professional and financial goals that I sold myself short in a lot of ways. And so this year when I was making my 2025 goals, I tried to be a lot more broad and comprehensive when it came to my goals. But before we get into those goals, I want to tell you guys how I used ChatGPT to help create my vision and a plan for 2025. So the 2025 ChatGPT prompt was something that I saw on TikTok. I did not come up with this myself. I saw it on TikTok and I thought, that's clever. I wonder how that would look for me. I'm not a huge fan of artificial intelligence. I'm not someone who uses ChatGPT a lot. However, I will say I have been using it more frequently because I'm starting to see the benefit of using it. It's almost like having an assistant in some ways. It's been helpful and I have been using it more, but I'm not someone who thinks about using AI or ChatGPT frequently. So this was something that was on TikTok and it prompted me to try it for myself. So essentially what you do is you go into ChatGPT and you put in a prompt. And the prompt is breaking down that you want ChatGPT to help you make a vision and kind of a mission statement and a plan for 2025. It will actually break it down into steps even. Like it will give you a play-by-play of how you're going to accomplish your goals, which goals are financial, which goals are personal. Like it will make it as detailed as you want it to. I already had some of this done because I do my planning in December anyway. So I already had some of this done. So I didn't take it as far as you could have. But if you're in a position where you're like, I've never done this before, I don't know how to make a vision, I don't know how to make a plan, I don't know how to set goals, ChatGPT is actually a really, really incredible resource. So there's a prompt that you put into ChatGPT. You can do it on your computer or you can download the app. Both are very user-friendly. There's a prompt, and I will put that prompt in the description of this episode. So you don't need to go searching for it. You just need to go down to the description of this episode. It'll be right there. So give a like if you found that, if you know what you're looking for, give a thumbs up, and drop it in the comments that it was easily found so that I know that you guys could easily find it, because I'm going to make it big, bold, and right there. So you're going to take that ChatGPT prompt and you're going to put that in ChatGPT, and it's going to lead you through 10 questions. And ChatGPT is going to ask you 10 questions about kind of what you want 2025 to look like, what you want your day to look like, what you want your year to look like, what you want to feel like. It's going to ask you some pretty detailed questions, and you can answer as detailed as you want. Your answers are your own. You can take as much time as you want. ChatGPT is going to walk you through the 10 questions. And then at the end of the 10 questions, it's going to give you everything that you need. It's going to write what your life looks like in 2025. It's going to write a vision statement for 2025. And like I said, it's going to give you a detailed plan and a detailed breakdown of what your goals are, what your top 5 goals are, how you're going to achieve those goals. It's going to give you everything. So I'm going to tell you guys the dream life for 2025 that ChatGPT gave me, and also the 2025 affirmation that it gave me. I loved the affirmation so much that it's now the background on my phone because it struck such a chord with me. ChatGPT did such a good job encapsulating what I want 2025 to look like. I was amazed at how succinctly ChatGPT was able to accomplish what I was unable to put into words. So this is what ChatGPT came up with for me. My dream life in 2025, this is what it wrote for me. In 2025, you are a thriving full-time content creator who has scaled your platform significantly. You wake up with peace, knowing your family is happy and healthy and thriving. Your daily routine balances family, career, and personal growth with no lingering anxiety over finances. Your kids are well-adjusted and engaged in homeschooling and part of a nurturing community. Your career has flourished. Collaborations come in organically, your social media following is strong, and you've reached financial milestones such as earning $200,000 and maxing out your IRAs while building education funds for your children. Your health and wellness are prioritized, creating harmony and balance in your life. Most importantly, you're not burdened by stress or fear. You approach each day with mindfulness, purpose, and joy, knowing you found true fulfillment in your work, relationships, and family life. I'm a writer, you guys. I am a trained writer, a professional writer, and this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Sometimes we become so entrenched in our own lives that we can't remove ourselves enough to have this much detail. I love this. And when I tell you some of the goals that I have for 2025, that dream life statement is going to come full circle, and you're going to be like, wow, I love that. I love it. So the other thing that ChatGPT did for me was ChatGPT gave me an affirmation for 2025. So this is the thing that's the background on my phone. It's the wallpaper on my phone because I want to remain rooted in this affirmation. It says, I am creating a life of purpose, abundance, and peace. My family is thriving and I am growing in my career with ease, reaching new heights while maintaining balance. I embrace success with confidence and gratitude, knowing I am worthy of everything that I have built. I love that. I love that. So if you're struggling with creating a vision for 2025, if you've never created a vision for 2025, or you feel like you're going into the new year just like a little bit battle worn, like you're too tired to make a plan, strongly suggest using the ChatGPT prompt, which again, it's in the description of this episode. Now, let's talk about my goals for 2025. Okay, so when it comes to the goals, they're broken down into personal, professional, financial, family. Like in my mind, those are the 4 categories that it's broken down into. And I have more goals this year than I had last year. And that feels kind of scary because like I said, last year I didn't accomplish as much as I wanted to. But because they're broken down into those different categories, I think it's appropriate that there are more. So without any further ado, my goals for 2025. My personal goals for 2025 are I would like to read 10 nonfiction books. Nonfiction is typically a genre that I don't spend a lot of time reading, but I'm feeling this urge or this prompting to just learn more about random things that interest me. Like I just want to pick up a book that's a little bit obscure, but nonfiction and read it for the enjoyment of obtaining knowledge. Not necessarily knowledge with a purpose, just knowledge in general. So my goal is to read 10 nonfiction books by the end of the year. I would also, this is another personal one, family vacation. We go on family vacation every year and that's a top priority. Go on our Spain vacation, so Kenneth and Lydia's vacation. So I guess we'll tick off the other half of that point from 2024 in 2025 when we actually go on the vacation. And also, I would like to maybe, this one, I don't know how this one falls into the year. I'm just hopeful that we would be in a place financially that this would be possible. I would really like to go to a dentist and get my teeth fixed. I have a lot of problems with my teeth. It's not a vanity thing. I don't think I want anything like veneers or caps. I don't think I want that. I just have genetically, I have very bad teeth and I have a lot of broken teeth in my mouth and I have a lot of cavities in my mouth because of the broken teeth. And I also have a lot of metal in my mouth from fillings and those are toxic. And so I would like to get those removed. So that's another personal goal, is that I would like to be in a place where I can, without fear financially, go to a dentist and say, fix everything, fix my mouth. And I hope that that can happen. So those are my personal goals for 2025. My professional goals for 2025 are I want to record another 2 seasons of the Along the Way podcast, which feels ambitious. I have no doubt that I can do 1, but I do 10 seasons per episode, and recording takes me about 2 months to do. So I have to set aside quite a bit of time to do that. But I have recorded 2 seasons of the Along the Way podcast. I'd like to have 2,500 newsletter subscribers. I'd like to hit 500,000 followers on TikTok, and that's if we don't lose TikTok. It's entirely possible that TikTok won't even exist, so that would be a moot point. But if TikTok does continue to exist, I'd love to hit 500,000 followers. I would love to achieve 250,000 followers on Instagram, 75,000 Facebook followers, 50,000 YouTube followers. That feels scary, but it is doable, and we're gonna do it. 50,000 feels scary, but we can do it. So do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Anyway, okay. 1,000 podcast subscribers. Again, that's one that's carrying over from last year because I didn't have enough of an understanding of how growing a podcast works to have an appropriate goal for myself last year. So I'm carrying that goal over into 2025 to have 1,000 podcast subscribers and to monetize in the way that I wanted to monetize originally. I also would still like to have sponsors for the podcast. That actually worked out very well, and I think it was beneficial for everyone involved. So I want to do that as well, but I'd like to monetize in the way that I was talking about before. I would like to speak at a conference or educate live in some way. So whether that's speaking at a homeschool conference or being on a panel, I would just like to educate others in in-person format. And like I said, I don't think I'll be carrying over my consulting business into 2025. I think I'll remain available for my current clients if they need me, but I just don't necessarily have a desire to take on any new clients unless I feel like I have a really good relationship with them and we can really go somewhere. So this was something that felt like a new goal for me in replacing the consulting. I'd like to educate in more of an in-person way or speak at a conference. I would like to have, again, one collaboration, a single collaboration that brings in $5,000, and that's a carryover goal. I would also like to, this is, I guess that's both financial and professional. I would also, I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save that one. I want to appear on 5 outside podcasts again. So appear on 5 podcasts that are not my own. And okay, that's all that I have for professionally. Now we're going to move into financially. So financially, I would, like I said, $5,000 from a single collaboration. I'd like to give over $5,000 in charitable donations, which we give a lot of our income to different charitable organizations, so that doesn't feel hard to achieve, but I've never put a number on it before, and I really wanted to hold myself accountable and put a number on it. So give $5,000 to charitable donations, max out our IRAs, $1,200 into each of the kids' education funds. We have 3 children, which that feels very attainable. And also, I thought I had another one. Nope, that's it. Okay. Last but not least, this is more of a parenting goal. Because our family moves so much and we've moved so many times in the last few years, it's been really hard for our kids to establish a community. And we just recently moved again. And we had a community. It felt like we had just finally made a community and then we moved again. And so my parenting goal for 2025 is to help my kids establish a community, whether that's through sports or homeschool co-op or just library days, whatever. I want my kids to have an established community and I want my kids to feel like they are part of a community. And that's something that's very important for me. But because I'm an introvert and because I do very well on my own, I have a tendency not to realize how important that is for others. So I have to step outside of my own comfort with aloneness and understand that we have to go above and beyond for our children to make sure that they can build the community that is important to them and helps them grow and helps them develop and helps them flourish. So that's my parenting goal for 2025. I have 2 goals that I put as maybes. And I think I did a maybe category because like I said, there were some goals from 2024 that was like, either they felt very unattainable or I was just completely out of touch with them by the end of the year. So these were the goals that it's like, yeah, that'd be cool to do that. But it's also not like a make or break thing. Like I'm not completely sold on the idea yet. I can see the benefit. I'm not totally sold on the idea yet. So my 2 maybe goals for 2025 is 1, start a Substack. Substack is a new blogging platform for written content, long form content, subscriber-based content. I have ideas for how I could create a platform that would benefit people and serve people and provide good information for people. I just don't know how sold I am on really diving into that. Other things feel more important right now in my career than a Substack, but I like the idea of a Substack. So it went on the maybe list. The other thing that went on the maybe list was hiring an assistant. I am right on the precipice professionally where I feel like maybe hiring an assistant could benefit me, but I also don't think it's absolutely necessary right now. I'm managing everything in a way that I feel is good. I outsource certain things like my bookkeeping and my newsletters and my photography, but I don't think I'm at that point where I need someone to step in and handle my emails and handle all of that stuff. So I'm toying with the idea of maybe getting to the point of hiring an assistant, but I'm not quite convinced yet. So again, that's on the maybe list because it's something that if my growth were to grow to the level that I have on my goal list, I could see myself needing an assistant. Am I there right now? No. So we're going to have to see how the year starts to happen before I can decide whether that's a worthwhile investment. Okay, you guys, that is what my 2025 looks like on paper. That's how 2024 went. That's what 2025, the expectation is. And the rest is just based on putting one foot in front of the other and doing the next right thing. I hope you guys have an amazing new year. I hope that your 25 is just abundantly blessed. I hope that you achieve everything that you set your mind to. And if you don't achieve everything you set your mind to, I hope you have enough grace to allow yourself to accept that as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this channel. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, like, and let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know what your goals are for the new year, or let me know if you use the ChatGPT prompts. I'd be excited to find out how you guys liked doing that because I was very impressed with how it helped me. And if you'd like to see more videos that I think you would enjoy, here's a suggestion and let me know what you think.